All right, so in this video, we're going to prove this trig identity. And the way we're going to prove it is I'm going to rewrite the left side of the equation right here. And then using this, I'm going to deduce the right side of the equation. Now, we know that secant of x is 1 over cosine. And tangent x is sine over cosine. So now that we have this, we can add these two fractions into a single fraction. Okay, so then what can we do from here? Well, we can multiply both the numerator and denominator by 1 minus sine x. And so now that we have this, if we multiply the numerators, we're going to get 1 minus sine squared x. And as for the denominator, well, we can keep this as it is. Cosine x times 1 minus sine of x. Just like this. Now, we also know that 1 minus sine squared x is cosine squared x. And if we do cosine squared x divided by cosine x, that leaves us with just cosine x in the numerator. Just like this. Now, the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to take the reciprocal of this. In other words, we're going to flip the numerator and denominator. And you might be thinking, why in the world did I do this? Well, we're allowed to do this as long as we're raising it to the power of minus 1. So that's perfectly fine if we want to do that. Now, another thing is it turns out we're allowed to move the exponent of negative 1 to the outside of the absolute value. In other words, we're allowed to say this. But why? Why are we allowed to say that this is true? Well, essentially what I'm claiming is this is true for all a not equal to 0. But is it true? Yes, because I can take this and I can deduce this. The reason why is because we know that a to the power of minus 1 is 1 over a, but the absolute value of 1 over a is the same thing as 1 divided by the absolute value of a. And now we can rewrite this as the absolute value of a to the power of minus 1. So yes, this is in fact true. So this justifies this step. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use the logarithm power rule, right? The logarithm power rule says that we're allowed to move this exponent to the front of the logarithm. And so this is what we get. And now we can take this fraction and we could split it up into two fractions. We would get 1 over cosine minus sine over cosine. But we know that 1 over cosine is just secant, and sine over cosine is just tangent. And so this is in fact equal to this. And so yeah, that's pretty much how we could prove that this identity is true. And so yeah, this is pretty much it for this video.